What's up, everybody? Uh, Today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this RUGER 1022. I'm gonna put it all in this. I got me a bull barrel. See, big old thick barrel. Got me a big old bull barrel for this. For this part, it fits on here. I'm planning on taking the barrel to a gunsmith and have his flash deflector put on the end of it. Put it right out here on the end of it. I got a crush washer for the flash deflector. Okay. Got that done. And the deal of it is, the reason why you take a gun like this and you turn it in one of these, it's cheaper to buy the gun than it is just to buy this part here. To buy this part right here, from here to here, and this. These parts right here cost you almost $400 when you can pick up a gun anywhere from $290 to $316. And them are brand new. And that don't make sense why they charge this much for these parts when you can just buy the whole gun and then put all this stuff up or sell it, whatever you want to do to it. Don't make sense. So this video is going to be about me taking this apart and putting this together. I'm going to put it together, and then what I'm going to do is then I'll take it back apart, take the barrel off, because the guy I talked to is going to take like 2 months before he'd be able to get to this. To get that on. That's how busy he is. So that's what I'm going to do. Y'all can watch me. I won't do much talking while I'm doing this. I got a habit. I don't talk when I work. Alright. Alright, let's get busy. Taking this thing apart. Okay. First thing we got to do is try to take this end off first. Got to take this ring off. I got to take that ring off. Okay. Hello everybody, I'm Ed. Welcome to my shop. Today everything's going to be a little different. Most of the time I'm working on machining something. I'm doing carpenter work, I'm working on lawnmowers, cars or whatever. I just do a household of everything. Well, today I'm working on something that I've been working on the backside and at night and everything in the afternoon. I was building. I'm putting a new stock on a RUGER 1022. And the stock, I got a problem with it. I shot it the other day once I got it all tightened down and couldn't get it sighted in for crap. So I carried it in the house and I started working on it, trying to find out what's going on. What it is where you screw it in, you tighten it down, it's as tight as it can go. But it's not. It's touching, but that's the only place it's touching on the whole stock. It ain't touching nowhere else. It's not touching up here on the chamber area, on the chamber area, in other words, on the trigger. Nothing. Supposed to. It's got ledges in there where it's supposed to rest when you tighten it down, but it's not touching there. And it's not touching on the little spot up here in the front, maybe about 1 inch in front there. It's not touching there. on the front where the barrel is. It's a bull barrel I put on there. It's supposed to be a floating barrel, but there's a spot there it's not touching. Well, I can grind down, cut out, I can even get down in there and cut out that wooded area, but if I do, I thin that area out. Right now it's about an inch and 50 thousandths thick in that spot. And I had to go down just to get it to touch about 60 thousandths, just to get it to touch anywhere in there on it. So I'll show you on the indicator what I'm talking about here in a minute. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have my first attempt in glassing this front part up here. Where this, I'll show you here. On my first attempt of glassing right here in this area right here. Right there, from there to there. That will level it out. Show you what I'm talking about. I'll put you right here. I'll show you what I can do. Let me put some pressure on here. Look, I'm going to put about 20,000. I'm putting 20 thousandths on it. Now watch. See? I'm pushing down on the barrel part. Let me ease off of that pressure, okay? Now watch. That's 20 thousandths of pressure right there. It's moving 20 thousandths. And out there on the end of the barrel, that 20 thousandths at 50 yards or 100 yards can be 2 feet. So every time I shoot it, it wiggles both directions. Either way, it's moving somewhere with all that going on. You know? So, this is picking up on the barrel. That's where it's resting here. Resting on the bottom inside this here. And resting where the screw is. I mean, I got that screw so tight and pulling down so hard that it's done left an impression in the stock down here where it bolts in right here. Where it bolts down in here. It's got a depression where I've done squeeze and squeeze so tight. Trying to get, yeah, I could probably put something up here or something. I did. I shimmed some, I put some brass in there. But I don't like that, so I'm gonna have my attempt in the glassing that area here. I'm gonna put some fiberglass in there and sand it down and then shape it. And this is my first attempt in trying to do this. I'm gonna have to do a lot of sanding and everything else. But hey, that's what you gotta do sometimes. Some of your guns that you gotta work on. You gotta fix them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this right area here where it touches with aluminum, with the saran wrap. I'm gonna put one zip around it with saran wrap. And I'm gonna put me about, I think that cloth is only about 4 thousandths thick. I'm gonna put it in resin, put about 8 to 10 pieces in there. Then I'm gonna push this down on there, tighten it down on top of it with that saran wrap. I'm gonna have some grease on the saran wrap. Put a little bit of oil on that saran wrap. And I'm gonna push it down in there and see what happens. That's going to be my attempt at glassing this. If it don't work, I'll sand it out, figure out something else. Like I said, I don't want to thin this area out here where the boat is. Where's that boat at anyway? It's way up here. Right in that area right there. Because there ain't but like an inch right here wood up in here. Ain't where the screw is. The head of the screw and up in here ain't but about an inch thick. If I cut that out, mill that out, just so it sat here and sat here, it's only going to be only about 8,000 thick, 800,000 thick there. So I'm just going to leave that like it is and glass it here. That will hopefully will kick it back and keep it stabilized right here. If this area, all this will be touching from here to here, which I know they say free floating, but it's going to be free floating from this point out. They say it's supposed to be all the way back to the chamber, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to glass it right here. Okay? All right, we're going to get an attempt to do this, and I'm going to let y'all watch. First of all, I'm going to take it apart. Okay, if you see here, right in there, see that's where it's touching right there, where you bolt it down. See, it's already got a depression in there, and it's rocking but on that point, going down here and going down back here. So it's supposed to rest here, rest there and here is where it's only supposed to rest, but it's not doing it. That's supposed to be free open, but it's not going to. So I'm going to glass this so to kick it up. It's not going to hurt it. It'll probably help it out. So I'm going to attempt to glass this. That's what I'm going to try to do first. I done sanded it a little bit. I sanded in the house. I done got it sanded and roughed up here. And what I'm going to do here is get my fiberglass stuff ready to do. I'm going to turn this a little bit. See, I done cut a bunch of pieces already. I hate this stuff. Just keeps falling apart on you. All right, let's make this stuff up. Okay. I'll make sure I know how I'm doing this. Add 1 ounce of resin, add 10 drops of hardener, or a tablespoon of resin with a 1/4 tablespoon of hardener. Okay. Alright, let's bring the camera up a little bit. I'm going to attempt to mix this stuff up. Man, you tell me I gotta poke a hole in this thing. Okay. Okay. Lid on that. And toothpick here and mix it up. Put some of this in here first. There you go. Fall in there. I'm glad y'all can see. I just now realized I was doing this and didn't know the camera was looking where I was looking. Hope this works. Now I do this, I have to come out in about 3 days from now and see if it's hardened up. My shop has got air in it. I hope so it does, because it's 113 around here today. It's gonna be nasty. Glad I ain't working outside. My yard's about knee high now. Yeah. It's been so hot around here that can't even, not hot. It's been so wet. It rains every day. So you can't mow because of that. And so I ain't been able to mow. I don't like mowing with a wet grass. Not on a lawnmower, it messes it up. Okay, we're finna get our barrel ready here in a minute. And tighten this all down. I'll wipe it all off first around it. Where I got rising on where it messed up and went everywhere. Alright, leave that alone right there. So I already feel like it's starting to holler. Harden. I'm getting my stick out of here for some reason. Right. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna get my barrel ready. Don't need that on my table. Don't want that on my table. I should have covered the table up. You know what? Should have covered my table up. Well, I didn't. Alright, I'm fixing to go get the barrel and get it ready. Golly, Bill. You know, I fucked up. You know, this is my first time attempting to do this, but you know what? I screwed up big time. You know, I should have taped off where I didn't want stuff to go to. I wasn't thinking. Getting in a bigger hurry. I messed up big time. You know it. Like I said, never done it before. I just heard about it. Didn't research it, nothing. Saw my father do it many years ago. Let's see if I can tighten that screw up a little bit. Move the camera out of the way. It's not going to be enough. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be enough. It's already flopping around. Let all this harden. Alright. Okay, we're going to let that sit there and harden for about 24 hours. Darn. My camera's moving around. And my holder. Okay, and once it hardens and everything, I'm going to take it apart and then trim up all this hanging out everywhere, try to hide all of it, clean it up, and we'll see where we're at from there, okay? Golly Bill. It's already starting to harden. It's already starting to harden up, but we're just going to let it go and go from here. Alright, we'll talk to you later. We'll bring you back when we're working on it. Okay, you're not going to believe this. Okay, on this barrel, I glassed it, let it set for 24 hours. I come out here and looked at it, and you know what? I took it apart, pulled it out, and it didn't stick to the wood at all. Stuck to the barrel, not the wood. Not where I wanted it to stick at. Golly, Bill, see, this is my first time doing this crap. I don't know, just don't know what I'm doing. Alright, see here. I hope y'all can see down in there. About the lighting, I got another LED light going out. Alright, this was supposed to be here. And here, right here. Like that. Okay? It didn't stick at all. It stuck down in here where the liquid run. Got down in here, got over here where the where the screw comes through down in the threads. That come out, that liquid did there, but it run out here a little bit. But I got that off. But where I wanted this to stick at didn't stay at all. I'm going to have to clean all that up. I guess what I'm going to do is right there where it touches, I'm going to do what I didn't want to do. I'm going to have to cut this out. I'm going to mill this out. I'm going to set it up in the light mill. Give me a long end mill, and I'm going to mill this, spike it out right here. About 50 thousandths. 50, 60 thousandths, and see if that'll work. And test it every now and then. Then that way, if I do that, then none of the ball won't touch nothing. Yeah, well, it's still touching this area here. But I don't understand why this didn't stick in here. Right there. I mean, it didn't stick at all. I unloosed that and pulled this out, popped it out. This came with the gun, with the barrel stuck on that plastic I got. That saran wrap I wrapped around the barrel. Come out with that. Dude, I just don't get it. That's crazy. I'm going to work on this and see if I can figure out a way to get that to stick right here. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got a tracer here. I can do this first. I'd hate to take that out first. Let me clean all this up and we'll see what's going to happen. But I'm going to cut this. I'm going to trim this out right in here and see what's going to happen. Okay? I'm going to work on that. Okay? All right. I'll come back. All right. See, mine didn't work. It just popped right off. Came out of here, stuck on the gun barrel. So I'm going to have to take this down in here about 50 thousandths. So it didn't stick. I had this sanded, roughed up, and everything. It didn't stick to that. So I got an end mill and I'm going to set up over here and I'm going to take that out. Okay, I'm going to attempt this one more time. This time I'm just going to build it up. Right in there. And then I guess I'll ground it down to the fits. Instead of putting that barrel in there. It's got to be touching there in order to keep it from rocking. Because that's the only contact point it has. Is there pulling down. And if I cut this, it's going to pull it down. I'm just going to build it up. And try what I can. This time though, this time instead of smooth, I'm going to put a couple of grooves in there to sort of hang on to. Alright, turn all this off. This is the next day. I got so upset over this thing that I was going to attempt it again and see. I got this all set up to where I could put me some resin in here and then stack it up with some cloth and all this stuff. Just keep stacking until I get it pretty high. Then I was going to lay a piece of metal down there the same size as the barrel on it and let it set. I changed my mind. I went in the house thinking about it all and everything else. And what I've come up with, I know it sounds crude. Some of y'all are going to say that's stupid. That's crazy. But I don't know. Y'all may write in my comments, but I don't know. YouTube won't let me see them. I got it set to look at all the videos, all the comments, but for some reason they won't let me see them. But what we're going to do is I'm going to use Bondo. I took this time I took my die grinder. I took my die grinder here with that bit, and I grooved, made 4 grooves right in here. Right on in there. Made little, just made 4. I was going to cut it out. That's the reason why I'm in the mill. I was going to cut this base here out so I'd drop it down, but I realized if I drop it down, the barrel will be sitting like this. Be sitting in there like that. It won't be touching back there on the back side back here where it's supposed to rest. It wouldn't touch back there. Can you see where my finger is? Yeah, see? It wouldn't touch there if I... Yeah, see, it wouldn't touch back there if I cut this out down here, because it'd be resting right in these areas here, cock-sided. So, still my best bet here is to build this spot up here. That would stop the gun from my gun doing this, because it teeter-totters. No telling how tight I make this screw. Don't make a difference how tight I get it. I've almost stripped it out, the head of it getting tight, that it'll still rock. So every time you shoot the gun, it's doing this. You can't even sight it in. These stocks are pretty, but really they're not worth the trouble. This trouble, to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up some Bondo, and I'm going to put it in there. First I'm going to get me a piece of metal the same diameter of my barrel, so I can place on top of this to get a halfway of a radius. You got me? So that's what I'm going to do first. So we're going to get busy. Put my drumming up. Okay. Found me a piece of pipe, black pipe. It's 850 on the thing. The barrel is 9.915. This is 0.850. That would be enough to cut out to smooth to get the fit right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay stuff in here, and I'm just going to set that right on top of it. And if I can get a clamp in there, I'm going to clamp it somehow or another. Figure out something to do it to clamp it and hold it until it hardens. But I'm going to wrap this with some cellophane. Put a thing of cellophane on it. So hopefully it won't stick to the wick of it. Well, I can take the cellophane off. Alright, I'm going to get the stuff to mix up, get it together, then we'll put it on and bring you back. Alright, I had to run the house, get a piece of cellophane. Thought I had some out here. See, I'm just going to put this around it like that there. And then I'm going to hold it, and I'm just going to push it down on top of that to get that radius. Then I have to just work it in to get the barrel to fit right, okay? Alright, so I'm going to get my pudding. There you go. You saw me do it. I'm sorry. I didn't talk any. But I got it in there. We're going to see what this does, okay? I'm doing this trying to keep the barrel from that. Hopefully try to stop it from falling out. You know what? See what happens. We're going to let that set for 24 hours and see what happens. Had to go to a birthday party yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to work on it. Alright, so we're going to take this off and make sure this is hardened. I hope it comes apart real easy. Wow, I've never seen blue tape stick this good. Have ya? Oh, look at this. It comes right out. Yeah. Wow, look at this. I should have used this in the beginning. You know what? Instead of that glass. Alright. Look at all this coming apart. Metal come out. This is just a hair smaller than look at that. All I have to do is do a little cleanup. That's about it. That's all I have to do. Just a little cleanup. That's all. There'll be no problem right there. That's gonna be no problem. Yeah. All right. Check that out. That is nice and hard. Now I just take it and clean it up a little bit with a little file stuff and work, and do that right there. But unfortunately, I've got to go back into town again. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna take a look at this thing. It's high up here on this edge here, high over here, and it's nice and black. It's gonna blend in. I'm gonna take these right here. I'm gonna take these side cutters here. I'm gonna try to clip this off here, little at a time. And then down through here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put this tape right here. Right like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna take a file and work on that side there first. Take me a file brush and clean that file up a little bit. Ooh, it's dirty. I don't know from what, but it was dirty. Okay. I'm gonna try to work on that side there. Just a little bit at a time. Right in there mostly. Remind me of back in the day doing dye work. It's got a scratch right there, right there. Darn foul. Let me get that bit out of the way before I cut myself. Shit. Alright, we're going to have to move somewhere else. Because now I got to start fitting the gun in there. I can't do it here. I got all these parts in here. Keep it from squeezing together. Okay, we're gonna try this first. See if it fits. No. Catch it on the sides. Bam. Thought I had the camera facing that way. I scraped this out here. The barrel seems to fit. But like doing it like this. I don't see no light underneath. I'm gonna put it in here and try it out. That's all I can say do. Okay? Blow some of the trash out. Let's try it out. Come on now, let's go in. There you go. Okay. Like it's touching right here on the sides. Right there. Looks to be touching right here. Right there on the sides there. That's what we got here. Alright, this right here I'm using a 15. What's up everybody? Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this RUGER 1022. I'm going to put it all in this. I got me a bull barrel. See, big old thick barrel. Got me a big old bull barrel for this part. It fits on here. I'm planning on taking the barrel to a gunsmith and have this flash deflector put on the end of it. Put it right out here on the end of it. I got a crush washer for the flash deflector. Okay. Got that done. And the deal of it is, the reason why you take a gun like this and you turn it in one of these, it's cheaper to buy the gun than it is just to buy this part here. To buy this part right here, from here to here, and this. These parts right here cost you almost $400 when you can pick up a gun anywhere from $290 to $316. And them are brand new. And that don't make sense why they charge this much for these parts when you can just buy the whole gun and then put all this stuff up or sell it, whatever you want to do to it. Don't make sense. So this video is going to be about me taking this apart and putting this together. I'm going to put it together, and then what I'm going to do is then I'll take it back apart, take the barrel off, because the guy I talked to is going to take like 2 months before he'd be able to get to this. To get that on, that's how busy he is. So that's what I'm going to do. Y'all can watch me. Well, I won't do much talking while I'm doing this. I got a habit, I don't talk when I work. Alright. Alright, let's get busy. Taking this thing apart. Okay. First thing we got to do is take this end off first. Got to take this ring off. I got to take that ring off. Okay. .64, it's about 5 thousandths bigger than the barrel is. It's a bull barrel. Ain't USA bull barrel. It's a, can't think of the name, can't see it in my glasses. Oh, I can't think, something green. Okay, let's put this in, see where it's hitting. Now. See? Still bouncing up and down. Right now it's hitting there and there. It's not touching the bottom yet. I needed it mostly in the bottom. Where I needed it at. See, it's still going to swoop. Take it apart and put the screw in it, see what happens. Hey, I stopped it. Alright, we're gonna shoot it. But I'm gonna clean this stock up. I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna clean this stock up here first. Find something I can put on this and wash it up. Yeah, it's dirty. Then I'm gonna oil it down. Okay, that's what we're gonna do first. Okay, we're gonna call it a fix. We'll find out for sure when I get done. We're gonna carry it in the house and wash it up right now. Okay? Bye. Bye now. I'm backyard on the range. And we're going to shoot this thing. Since it don't wobble no more, gonna get it sighted in. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay. Tired. Bringing everything outside. Let's see how this is going to work. I don't think this setup's going to work. I think this will work. I'm going to sight it in first. Yeah, this will work. Well, that's pretty good. Look at that. All right there within 1, 2, 3 inches there, 4 inches in a circle. That's free-handed too. That's not braced up or nothing. All right, there we go, shooting it. I'm hitting clay targets with it. I'm at 25 meters shots right now. I'm gonna get me a rest to set this on, higher table, so I can get this thing sighted in perfect. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just wanting to make sure it shoots right. It's holding on target. It's not bouncing around like it used to. It used to bounce like that, boom, 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 because of that right up there in the front where I fixed it. I bindoed it. I got a bunch. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This little video. We're gonna go in and watch some TV. I'm gonna clean the gun up and watch some television. Gotta put all this stuff up first. Alright, thank you for watching. Y'all come back and see me now, you hear?